Oh, hello everybody and welcome to a brand new video. It's good to see you guys today and thank you so much for clicking on this video out of the large world of YouTuberverse. I'm super excited for this video today because I'm actually going to be showing you guys some gameplay in the brand new pack, The Sims 4 Jungle Adventure, for the first time. Unfortunately, no, it's not me playing the game because it hasn't been released yet, but it is The Sims 4 producers playing it who have actually worked on the pack, and they did a fantastic lengthy live stream this morning for about 1 hour, and they showed some parts of the pack, but because I am such a nice person, I have compacted this hour stream into a nice small video so you guys can get all the juicy goss and chunks of it that I think stand out so you guys don't have to watch the whole thing. I know, I'm amazing. Okay, so let's just jump onto Twitch. This is on the Sims official channel. These are two producers. This is SimGuru Ninja on Twitter and this is George. They are really, really lovely guys and they've done what looks to be an incredible job on this pack, of course, with other people working on their team. And this right here, that was Steve. Love Steve. Steve's my man. Steve's my man. He always is on camera just a little bit, and I swear it's because he secretly likes the limelight. But he's like, oh no, I'm not really on camera, but he wants to be. We all know he wants to be. I'm gonna skip 16 minutes in to go straight to the New World map of Selva Dorada. Anyway, this map is made up of two neighborhoods. So the world's got two neighborhoods. This is kind of like the Sims 4 Outdoor Retreat in that there's no residential lots, and this will come up in the map menu for vacation places you can travel to, not places you can live in. So that gives you an idea if you guys have Outdoor Retreat or are familiar with that pack. Basically to the right here we have the marketplace. It's got a hut you can stay in, it's got the marketplace, it's also got like a museum, which is really handy, and yeah, that's kind of pretty cool. And the cantina as well. So that's nice. Oh, actually it's got two villas there. And then over across on the other side is a jungle entrance and a couple of more nicer villas. Oh, actually one of them's even a research lot, like for archaeologists. And then of course we have the jungle secrets in the other area where all of those question marks are. Now the cool thing with this map is it's the first time that they've really explored taking you to lots away from on the map. Usually we're used to just clicking on the spots we can travel to, but you're going to have to go through gameplay to open up new parts of the maps where there are question marks. So that is interesting. Like one place is going to take you to another place, and we'll explore that more in this video. So basically the stream started off with them showing us some of the new world, and this is just the marketplace. And I also have to point out, I absolutely love these fairy lights. They're really, really cute. You definitely get a strong kind of Latin America feel about it. There's also vibes of vibes of Spain and Morocco as well. It's a really interesting mix, and obviously a lot of the flora is a lot of greenery and jungle. This is an amazing view of the world. You can see there's a nice hangout spot just there. There's waterfalls in the background. I think this is absolutely stunning, and apparently at sunset it becomes a beautiful purpley color. So it's really, really pretty, and there's also going to be wildlife that you can't really interact with, but it's going to, like, you're going to see snakes, you're going to see spiders, you're going to see bees, you're going to see some birds, you're even going to see a random helicopter. The worlds are just becoming more and more full of good stuff. If we jump back to the marketplace, you'll notice that there is some new dancing. There's two new radio stations, and this lady's having a little bit of a boogie. They show a close-up of that. So there's a Latin pop radio channel, and there's also like a traditional Latin channel as well, and I just think the dancing is so cool. You can also see some beautiful tiles, wall tiles in the background, gorgeous pots, some new furniture, new clothes, new hair, and look, she's like getting right into it now. Girl can really, really dance. She's loving it. Just makes me want to have a little salsa, you know what I'm saying? Moving away from that bar area, you will notice there are also some local stalls in the marketplace, and this is really cool. You can buy things to take home, but you can also purchase things that are going to help you prepare for your travels into the jungle. So it's important to get things to help you, like some food. You can get a pre-packaged grilled cheese sandwich, I think. You can have a shower in a bottle, which a lot of you guys noticed in the trailer. And also similar to City Living, you have stalls where you can buy some new Latin America food. I'm sure you guys who live in that region will recognize some of the recipes. I certainly can't read them out. But your Sims, if they eat these, they will learn the recipes of them so then they can eat them at home, which I think is really cool. Whilst I think all of the recipes are available from the get-go, in terms of other stuff that you can purchase, the more you speak with the locals, the more culture you are going to understand, the more you will unlock, and the more items you will find to actually help you on your travels. So it's really important to get to know the locals. There are 2 new skills confirmed. I think one of them is the archaeology skill. I know I was saying archaeology, I think, in my last video, and so many of you guys were like, stop saying archaeology, it's archaeology. And the Selva Doradian culture skill. So one of them is up to 5 levels, the other one is up to 10 skill levels. So you're going to need to speak with people or Sims that are local to the area in order to get clues on how to survive in the jungle. So make sure you get to know them before you go into the jungle, because it will become dangerous and it will make your life a lot easier if you've taken the time to get to know them and the secrets about the jungle. So some of the items I was just telling you about are here. That is some spider repellent they're just buying to help this guy go into the jungle. So if he sees spiders or gets bitten by one, it won't give him a negative moodlet. There's also the waterfall in a bottle. There were little dolls you could buy to take home as decoration. Those are pre-packaged grilled cheese sandwiches, so you won't get too hungry whilst you're adventuring. So you can just put those in your inventory, and you could pack school lunch food if you wanted to as well, I'm sure. So that's pretty cool. And also it has been confirmed that there will be a new death. We don't know what the death is yet. So I'm very curious because I cannot wait to know what the new death is, because I'm a weirdo. But yeah, that should be exciting. There's also 2 new lot traits, I believe. I don't know what those lot traits are, but I think I heard them saying there were new lot traits. And also, different places you visit will give your Sims different moodlets. So for example, if you're near a waterfall, it might make your Sims feel very flirtatious. Okay, so when you decide you want to start your adventure, a good place to go to is this lot, which is like a research lot. Great for those with the archaeology skill building up, and also if you want to rest or eat. There's also the villa over here, which is quite fancy and quite romantic with a nice little pool there. Very, very, very beautiful. I love that front door and those pots. Can't wait to get my hands on them. But the other cool thing is in this area, there is a jungle entrance. Now the entrance we will need to cut down, and they will take us to that in a second. So you just kind of follow this pathway back here, and then you will find the jungle entrance just over here. Okay, so there's also a sign here. You can read poison awareness and your preparation checklist. It might help you in the long run before going in to do that. And we're going to try and pull down that blocked way, so we can clear the path with hands or clear the path with a machete, which I'm thinking maybe he has a machete in his inventory. I don't know if you can do that from the get-go, but doing it with your hands is going to take a while, and I believe if your Sim tries to do it at too many gate entrances, they just won't be able to get through. He's also having a quick change there into his explorer outfit. There are 2 kind of key aesthetics when it comes to the clothes. There's your adventure hiking gear, and there's also the more the aesthetic of the locals, you know, more colorful and yeah, really, really pretty, which the girl is obviously wearing. And that skirt's really nice. It also comes in some plain colors too. Also, I love that he has a new tattoo there on his hand, and there's also a fanny pack. So the fanny pack is back in fashion, you guys. I love the fanny pack. I don't think it's been seen in The Sims 4 yet, so get on that. Get your fanny pack on, folks. And this is the female changing into her hiking gear. She's got some really cool lace-up shoes, new bracelets, new hair. Obviously the pants and vests are new as well. So he is going to take a long time to try and pull this gateway open with his hands, or clear it with his hands. He's got a negative moodlet down there, he's injured, and yay, now he's walked through the gateway. Now quicksand has come up, you will get these little choice screens and you have to decide which option to go with. Higher logic skill will lead to better results, or you could use your machete to help, you know, depending on what items you have in your inventory or what skills you have, that's going to enable you to have a more successful jungle adventure possibly. Also, if we go back to trying to open that gateway with your hands, there is a skill apparently from the base game that will help you do that more quickly. So I think that skill is probably the athletic skill if you have a bit of strength. I don't know, but that's my guess anyway. And I think the chat just voted to try and get it with their hands. And in the end, we ended up getting some adventure gear, I think. So that helps them with their journey as well. If we'd gone the machete option, then we would have actually lost the machete, they said. So it can end good or bad for you. It's definitely a guessing game. So now he's landed on the other side of this magical gateway. And this is quite interesting because they explain that this gateway is actually leading us to another question mark area on the map. So they're about to go to the map and show us exactly what has happened here. So over there was where we started, that was the gate we went to, and it's actually taken us over to a bridge area. So we are about to see the wonderful graphic of the bridge, which looks really, really cool. So it's interesting that some gateways will lead you to different areas on the map. So if we go back to here, you'll see that the bridge is just across a little bit in the forest. And there's also some new trees and things to collect. So I believe that tree there is actually an avocado tree, which is kind of exciting. And we do have the poo-hoo bush right there, so you can take a quick little moment to your Sims self to relieve themselves before they continue trekking on. They don't have to poop or pee their pants, which is a good thing. Got to keep those needs in the green. So that's good. And she can check out that avocado tree right there. And of course you could take a cutting of that and grow some of it at home as well. So you can take that back or some avocados back and grow them. So yeah, it's pretty good that there's options to bring stuff home and enrich your game at home rather than just having to go travel to a world and only having that experience there. The experience can continue and come back with you when you get home. There's also another gateway there, which is kind of cool. You could go that way or you could continue walking across the bridge. So it gives that sense of exploration, which is really nice. And those waterfalls are stunning. That view is amazing. And then over here, oh my gosh, how cool does the jungle look? It looks so freaking cool. I just think that's so pretty. So pretty. It kind of reminds me in Zelda Breath of the Wild when you get to the jungle part. It just reminds me of that a little bit because there's a lot of like temple things in that game. Now this guy just got some spiders on him, but luckily he had bought that spider spray earlier on, so he's not going to get a negative moodlet. But those spiders actually come back to him later on in this, and he doesn't have any spider spray left, so he gets a negative moodlet, which obviously is going to make him less inclined to adventure. And oh my gosh, there is also a snake there. Ah, I really dislike snakes, but I think it's really, really cool. Oh my gosh. Ugh. And look, you can even like see it slither into the bush behind him. Gosh, detailed, too detailed. And then this is them going across the stunning bridge, and it's kind of coming into sunset now. There is, like I've said, apparently an incredible purple sunset, which unfortunately they didn't really show in this stream, but I believe them. I think it'll be pretty cool. This is the excavation site, so you can go over here and dig up things to level up your archaeology skill. All right, so she's just kind of digging away. She also has the option to excavate together, whereas I think if she had a lower skill level, she wouldn't have that option. So, oh, there's a snake again. So the more skill level you have, the more interactions you'll have. which makes sense. As he continues his studies, he will learn how to authenticate artifacts and locate more dig piles. He will also be able to excavate artifacts without damaging them. So you can damage your artifacts if you have a low level skill. You can also find fake artifacts that aren't worth anything. And the way you actually figure out what an item is through the archaeology work table. I don't know the actual name, but that's basically what it is. And you can see that they've dug up a unauthenticated knife. So they're going to have to use their archaeology workstation to determine exactly what that knife is. And he does have a machete there. So obviously you need to get machetes before you go into the jungle unless you want to use your hands. So they're placing this table into the world and just going to authenticate the artifact, see if it's worth anything, see if it's real, see if it's damaged, or see if it's okay. It looks pretty cool. Like, how cool is that little sculpture, dude? Just gonna pull out that magnifying glass, check it out. This guy's just standing there like, oh yeah. And they're gonna have a little chat because they're feeling very flirty because they are right near these stunning waterfalls. So that's got their flirtation up a little bit. And luckily we have the poohoo bush because you can poo in it and then woohoo in it if you're starting to feel a little bit flirty. On the other side of the bridge, obviously. If we go back a little bit, I did miss that she gets attacked by some bees, which would usually give her a negative moodlet, but she was quite chilled out about it, and the guys said that was because she had either a high skill in something that acts to protect her, or maybe she has something in her inventory that would have protected her. So we're not really sure what it is, but she's protected by something. Now, once they've looked at the artifact, the quality is poor, but it's uncommon. So it's not a great artifact. You can find one that's in better form, maybe if you have a higher skill and you don't damage it. So you can actually sell it for more. And there's also a cool case which you can take home and put all of your artifacts in, so that's kind of cool. But over here you can see the collections. So there's obviously the new avocado that was there. This is the ancient Omiscan artifacts. So we've got one, and then there's also a treasure collectible option too. So there's 2 new collections that you guys can aim to complete if you would like to. And I do like how there's the quality options, so you'll be looking for a long time if you want to go the extra mile and make sure that everything in your collection is like really good quality. So there's 2 ways to fill up your collection, I suppose. And then she can just put that back in her inventory and continue on with her journey. This isn't a temple, but there is another gateway to somewhere else. So I suppose that they could, oh my gosh, those waterfalls look amazing. So I suppose they could go up there and use that machete. I think there's another poohoo bush over there, or they could go back to the other entrance, back over the other side of the bridge if they choose to go that way. So you can go each way anyway. The other cool thing is that each time you visit the jungle, you may or may not be able to go to the same places. You might find new places. It's going to change up a little bit, so it's not too repetitive. And some of the ways you were trying to go through the last time or could go through, you will actually not be able to get through. He just got attacked by a spider too, and he doesn't have any more spider spray, so he's got a negative moodlet now. Yeah, so that's not great. Although he was feeling confident. Did he feel confident for fighting off the spider, I wonder? So yeah, this archway next time they come back might be blocked by like a fallen tree trunk or something. I don't know how they're going to block them off, but they said that they will be blocked sometimes. So you want to choose carefully where you want to go, I suppose. And I do wonder if they'll take you to different places depending on what day and time you go. I'm not sure how it's going to work. Here's another choice menu about a mysterious egg. You can leave the egg alone, examine your old egg, and a higher rocket science skill leads to better results. Also, you can poke an egg with a flower they have in their inventory, but it will consume that and they won't be able to use it again. So choose wisely. I assume using your rocket science skill would be more helpful and you're not going to lose that. So I'd probably go with that option. So chat decided to vote and go for poke egg with flower, and they discovered an alien egg. So it turns out that was probably the correct way to go. And there's a little alien to take home. Also, there's a really cool crashed aeroplane there. I thought that was pretty nifty, and I like that she's doing push-ups. She's like getting ready for that epic jungle adventure. She's ready to go. And it's a good time right now for them to have a little bit of food and drink. So they're gonna eat those up quickly just to keep their needs high. They need that energy to get through the jungle adventure. Oh, okay, and in her inventory, the alien is the live blue slug. So I just noticed that then. That is the plane crash. Looks so cool. I love how it's overgrown and there's like ferns hanging off the end of it. Really, really beautiful art style. And then in the corner over there, there's a little glowing treasure chest. So there's gonna be some goodies in there once they open it up. I think this is really cool, the animation when she opens it up and it glows. She got 370 simoleons and some adventure gear and also a mystical relic in her inventory. The thing with the relics is that sometimes you need to collect several of them and put them together in order for them to make something. So we're going to see that in a little while. And also there were bats that flew out. Again, she wasn't bothered by the bats flying out. I'm not sure why, but she's got some protection going on, which I'm very curious about, but they wouldn't tell us what it was. If we go back to the research unit or house where they were at earlier, they actually already have an ancient relic that has been fully put together. So this is obviously one that's been made up of several pieces like the one we just found. It is uncommon, and there's even a jewel in it that they found. If you guys need to place a jewel or crystal inside a relic to make it work, you can't just use up one straight away as you dig it up. You'll need to refine it at the archaeology table and make sure that it's treated perfectly and reshaped to fit nicely into the relic. So that's pretty cool. But they are going to activate this ancient relic that's been all combined, and we're going to see what happens in a second because it's really, really cool. Okie dokie, what's going to happen? Love this animation as well. So magical. And I love glowy things. I'm like a bug. Like anything that sparkles or glows, I'm like, yes. So what's happened? What is going to happen right now? Oh my gosh, it's a walking skeleton. Is that not the coolest thing you guys have seen in The Sims 4 for a long time? Isn't that awesome? It is a service skeleton. So it's a bit of a throwback to the Bonehilda we had in other versions of The Sims. Bonehilda was a service sim. This isn't Bonehilda. Bonehilda's not going to be in this pack, but it's a pretty cool like mosaic skeleton, and it's just going to do all the chores around the house for you. You can also have a look here and see some of the new furniture. New rugs, new beds, bit of an Aztec kind of vibe and pattern on them, new doors. Oh my gosh, I just saw that side table. No, that sink next to the toilet is beautiful, that glass sink. I need it now. Later on in the stream, they took the Sims back to their home lot where there's this really cool case where you can put all of your artifacts. So they're just showing us here how you can place your different findings in there and show off your collections and be really proud of them. It's really, really good because it looks like there are a ton of slots. A lot of issues we've had in the past with items in build and buy is that there's not enough slots for things to be placed on them, but there's heaps here so you can show off all of those relics. And one of these relics actually is going to turn the sim into a skeleton. So one of them gives you a service skeleton. This one's going to turn your sim into an actual skeleton. So here she goes. She's bringing out the other relic that has been pieced together. And this is actually going to put a curse on her and transform her into a skeleton in a second, which is really, really cool. I don't know in what ways you can customize a skeleton, whether you can customize it in CreateASim, but it is not permanent. It's not a permanent state. It will last for, I think they said like 7 days. And there's a way to get rid of it, but they haven't told us yet how to get rid of it. I love how the skeleton just does all the normal things, so like push-ups and stuff. I kind of wish we could have like a whole skeleton family with like skeleton toddlers and skeleton kids. That would be so cute. But now the place is really, really dirty because we don't have a service skeleton, which is kind of sad. Also, if they eat food, they'll just get rubbish piles next to them because obviously there's no organs to digest the food. So I thought that was kind of a cute little detail as well. And you can still interact like normal with the other Sims. It doesn't really change much. I assume you can go into CreateASim whilst you're a skeleton, but I don't know yet. They haven't showed that off. Your needs will also be mostly in the green because skeletons, they don't need to go to the toilet, they don't get hungry, they don't have an issue with hygiene or sleep, so it's just your social and your fun you have to keep up whilst being a skeleton. So I guess if you just wanted to get a lot of stuff done, you could go to work as a skeleton maybe, and your needs wouldn't go down and you could be in a good mood. We did also get a little bit of a hint of CreateASim. There's definitely going to be more CreateASim on the next stream and build and buy, so I haven't really explained too much of that. But yeah, there's some different hairs here. We've seen the hair with the bandana. There's also the patterned bandana option as well, which is kind of cool. There's to the right there a more traditional and simple style of hair that is nice. This is my favorite hair though. I love this. This is cool for guys and girls. I particularly like it on guys actually. And it has some really, really nice natural ombres, but then it also has some really cool vibrant ombres, which we haven't seen in the game before in hair. I mean, we've seen some ombre hair, but I feel like this is the best ombre I've ever seen. I mean, look at that gradient. How cool is that hair? I just think that looks so good. So here it is in a few different colorways, and those are all the hairs right there because we do not have a masculine filter on, just so you guys know. That's all the new hairs. And yeah, that's the more like typical curly haired explorer. I like there's got a bit of wave to it. It's not fully straight hair. And then we do have a few clothes that they show off too. Nice cardigan. There's a lot of like floral embroidered type of things. I'm not sure if I'm really into the really bright colors and embroidery. I like when it's kind of a little bit more neutral, a little bit more earthy looking. That's just my personal opinion. And as I said, there's the two aesthetics of clothes. You've got your more trekking kind of clothes, protective gear, then you've got like the locals aesthetic where it's the beautiful, colorful clothing. So I think they said that that was a little bit of a challenge for them to figure out how to include all of that in the pack without going over their budget. And yeah, I love this top. This top is so good. It works so well with that skirt. And I love that skirt actually. That skirt's everything. I love it in the plainer colors too, but I also love the embroidery. There will also be a couple of assets for children and toddlers. It's obviously not a focus of the pack, but there will be a couple of items. There'll also be a toddler bed that is kind of like a blow up looking bed that you can put in your inventory if you want to take toddlers with you. But they did say that it'll make your adventure a lot harder if you're looking after a toddler as well. So that's going to be a bit more of a challenge. There's some of the new bracelets, cute pants. Looking good, girl. Last of all, they finished off with the Selva Dorada image. There's the iconic purpley sunset. There are also some rainbows in the world, which is really pretty. But yeah, that's pretty much a quick overview of the stream. Again, I've mentioned that you can watch it down below. If you'd like to, just click on the link in the description if you want to watch the whole thing. I will be keeping you guys updated with the next stream, but in case you guys want to tune into that on the official Sims Twitch page, it will be on Friday, February the 23rd at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so San Francisco time. If you guys want to tune into that, you totally should. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more videos like this, do hit that subscribe button and make sure to turn notifications on so you know when the videos are coming out. And give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and found it interesting and are looking forward to the new game pack. Anyway you guys, I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon or evening wherever you are in the world. Have a fantastic weekend and I will speak to you soon. Bye!